What up, world? It's your host, MC Sonrize Music, and welcome to another edition of Vantage Point. Please, as usual, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so we can get this show banging for the artists that are on there. And enjoy the show. And I know it's a long episode, but there is a pause button. You can always pause and come back and watch later. Or you can fast forward and rewind. Either way. But anyways, let's get to the show. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the show.
Sonrize music.
My joy, but that's what my dog ain't stressing cause I feel good, baby. So next time you see that boy, ain't gotta ask my cause I'm doing so good, so good, so good. I'm G'd up, Jehovah all through my body. This serving ain't just a hobby. I murdered with ink like got it. Be hood, ain't starting no Illuminati. Y'all trap them boy like Jumanji. I'm searching for my Sarabi. I move fast up, but ain't never gon' let no scar kill me. I'ma tell it to the world and can listen, y'all feel me. I'm a soldier boy, so watch me you. Yeah, I told you boy, call it Kaepernick, I just do it. Yup, in my Nikes, rocking the black and white Jabos. Yup, in my white tee, leaning and rocking and throwing them bowls. I'm an old head, I admit it. I'm committed to the basics, y'all just basic. I'm an 80s baby, we the realest. Music was the illest, solid foundation, nothing can break this. See, I'm too blessed to be stressed, so don't plan on catching me in my feelings. Best believe I got the recipe, yes, so ain't no complaints to the life I'm living. So when you catch me chillin', don't you ever get misunderstood. I'm so good, so good, so good. It's about time.
Breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Well. Feeling like you finally had enough. Just only option left is giving up. Just breathe. Like go and cast your cares on. I dare you, just breathe. I beg you, just inhale and let this purpose fill your lungs. Cause what don't kill you only makes you stronger. Breathe, adjust your grip, hold on a little longer. I dare you, just breathe. I beg you, just. Been stuck in the rain, you're waiting for change. Stuck in the rain, you're waiting for change. But no Novocaine, yeah, you feel the pain. But if you endure, it will make you pure. But living a lie, the truth is the cure, yeah. Been faced with the face of a place you consumed by your thoughts, yeah, the past underate you. Belly of the beast, took a seat at the table. Came out bitter, so you made them all taste. Try to run away, but it chased you. No, you can't escape, let it make you. Let it break you, but don't let it take you. When you feel weak, don't see stress, breathe. Feeling like you finally had enough, just only option left is giving up, just breathe. Like go and cast your cares on. I dare you, just breathe. I beg you, just inhale and let this purpose fill your lungs. Cause what don't kill you only makes you stronger. Breathe, adjust your grip, hold on a little longer. I dare you, just breathe. I beg you, just. And out seems so impossible. It's just another obstacle. Trouble, it don't last always. Take heed, my friend, don't suffer. Yeah. Don't bury the weight. Acknowledge his presence and blow it away. Lift up your head and then walk out on faith. Open your arms and embrace a new day. See, there ain't no way to escape you. Don't try to run away, let it make you. Let it break you, don't let it take you. When you feel weak, don't cease, just breathe. Feeling like you finally had enough, just only option left is giving up, just breathe. Like go and cast your cares on. I dare you, just breathe. I beg you just inhale and let this purpose fill your lungs up. Cause what don't kill you only makes you stronger. Breathe, adjust your grip, hold on a little longer. I dare you just breathe, I beg you just.
Welcome to another episode of Vantage Point. I'm your host, MC Sonrize, and we're back with another episode with my special guest, Mr. Blaze Hunter and Mr. Cooper. What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
So we jump right into it. Y'all do everything, man. What all, for the people that don't know, what all do y'all have on y'all plate?
We're rock, paper, scissors. Who's gonna go first? Yeah. Well, you know, this is what Blaze Hunter, Ninth Wonder. You feel me? The owner and founder of Ninth Wonder Music and Entertainment and Blaze It Up Radio. And what I do on my own is rap, write, produce, engineer, video edit, graphic design, radio host. You know, and then my uncle, father. You know, the list goes on. You know what I mean? And what I got to do is team up to create something big. You know, I had to have the Avengers initiative. You know what I'm saying? I had to team up with my fellow counterpart. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself before we talk about what we merged into. So we handle that.
You know, I'm being so disrespectful. I'm sitting here eating on these airheads.
Hey, listen.
As a matter of fact, airhead.
Yeah,
We need that.
we need that sponsorship.
But I am Mr. Cooper. Not to be confused with hanging with Mr. Cooper. No, not Mark Curry.
I was gonna call you Coop.
But just like my partner, I'm a singer, songwriter, all around pioneer, king of trap and beat. I'm the owner of Signature Series Entertainment Incorporated, which is our label, and I am the co-owner with my fellow Avenger, fellow billionaire of the Signature Series Network. And like I said, we do it all. You know, it's totally independent. It's totally us. There is no secret entity behind us. There is no, secret people behind us funding us or doing any of that. This is all us. This is all come from us and our love for the independent community, our love for independent music content, the whole nine as a whole. And so us linking together and putting the network forth is something for the culture. It's something that is supposed to drive the culture forward, and that's what we're all about, forward motion. And so in a nutshell, beyond being a father, a husband, uncle, things of that nature, we are the Signature Series Network.
That's what's up. So how did y'all even link up, man?
Oh man. Well, I was doing my engineering thing. I believe I was working at Racism Records at the time. You know, obviously I was the head engineer there at that studio and that label, and they hit me up, and I mixed and mastered one of his songs. So we haven't even met at that point. It was he sent me the files, I did the studio session files, and that's how our first business transaction took place.
Our first interaction. It's funny because we talk about this all the time now. We've been in a time within the past, I'll say it within the past 10, 11 years of literally knowing each other, knowing of each other, and being in the same circles.
Yes.
But not putting one and two together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To build what we build now. Is only a couple of years ago that we linked up after that first transaction of one of my first songs, I heard a lot of his engineering.
Yeah.
I wasn't even familiar with his prowess as an MC, as an artist, the dopest MC out of Palm Beach, in my opinion.
Well, next to me, of course, but that's a different conversation.
I mean, however you feel, this is your show. However,
Just messing with you,
the
Blaze.
dopest MC out of Palm Beach, just that's just me. And so but again, I wasn't privy to that side of him. I heard a lot of his engineering and studio work, and he was the first person that really came to mind when I was recording out of the house, and I was like, man, who could give me that sound that I'm looking for? We weren't in a session. I gotta paint that picture.
Yeah.
We were not in a session. We didn't have that work that work time together for me to learn him and for him to learn me. This was something I had already done, and I trusted. I put something in his hands, and I trusted it. And what he gave me back was something spectacular. And truth be told, I put it out a little bit under the radar without people knowing. But it wasn't until 2019 when I released my first EP, and I put the song on the EP. And in between that time, we were linking back up. He would come to the office when he would come back to Palm Beach, and we were just so in tune and intertwined in business and in ideas, and just feeding off of each other. Every time we would link up, it was something special. It was something that if it was on camera, a lot of people could learn from, and we didn't know it at the time. We were setting things up for what we're doing right now, and we didn't know it at that time. And then once that actually happened, and the stars aligned, so to speak, we off at the races, and we're coming up on a full year of partnership within the Signature Series network, and we ain't stopping.
July 6th.
Nice. Any artists out there listening to this or watching this, man, Blaze is one of the dopest engineers I've ever dealt with. Like, even over the phone working with this dude, he can just take what you give him and make it a whole different thing. Like, take it to a whole nother level. So if you need an engineer, holler at the man Blaze. Do you feel as artists that you have to conform in this day and age?
Oh no. I got this. You had this last.
Yeah, I did. I talked a lot.
Yeah. My turn for my soliloquy. You know what I'm saying? Big words. Yeah, that's right. Glasses. The big words is coming.
Okay.
But most definitely, I feel like there's no need to conform. The reason being is now, before social media and before the pandemic, even I would say that there was somewhat of a need to, because you would want to be, you would want that, to be able to relate to this new fan base and all of this stuff. But with social media being the way that it is now, especially after the pandemic hit, there's no need for that now, because now that as soon as the pandemic hit, it shifted the entire industry. Everything got shifted. You notice exactly what this amazing platform looks like right now that y'all watching on Vantage Point. Y'all catch celebrities doing their platforms, and things that they're doing is exactly this. You know what I mean? Something happened to where that was able to happen. And me, I can't speak for the rest of the artists on this planet, but I took that ball and ran with it. Oh, y'all done messed up and let that glass ceiling get shattered? Oh yeah. Ran through, made sure I had a permanent hole and an opening. So, all right, now let's build our stuff, put it there. Now we good. They can close it now all they want to. We got our end. We're straight. But with social media, I tell artists all the time, you don't now, because of how social media is, you don't have to conform and depend on a label and depend on a certain fan base. You now could go after people who likes what you do. You feel me? That like what you do, and you can build that community now. It's not hard to do that no more, because now there's so many people that are doing blogs or radio stations or this or that. You take obviously yourself serious. You go to those platforms and you promote them and push them as if they were the big. They could say if there was a low key radio. That's the name of the station, but that it's owned by this dude. He don't got too many followers. When you promote it, you don't promote it like, oh, you know, this guy that just started his radio station, my homeboy Blake, got low key. Nah, man, y'all go check out my new single, Take Over the World, on Low Key Radio right now. And you promote it that way and treat it as such. The audience and your fan base will also treat it as such. So you don't have to. So now the need to conform is crazy. Now you could take the easy way out and conform, and then be caught up in that whole river and ocean of everybody doing the same thing. But if you want to stand out, conforming is the worst thing to do.
Let me pick up on that.
Yeah.
All right. Just to piggyback off of what he said, conforming. One, we've never been in a position to conform to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Our mindset, and I noticed that, you know, just from our business, our business acumen, and us sitting down and really kind of learning each other through the pandemic, even before the pandemic. We've never been those type of people. So first, I believe it just starts with the type of person that you are. If you stick to your guns, and if you are sold out basically to yourself, you know what I mean? Like if you sold on the type of music that you deliver or whatever brand that your brand is, and you stick to that without having somebody in your ear or without, oh man, well, you know, such and such do it like this, such and such do it like that. You might want to try it this way. You might want to try it that way. Well, that way doesn't work for everybody. You got to figure out what works for you and stick to it and work it.
Exactly, because I would take your music for example. Like I would say a year and a half, 2 years ago, you could put out exactly what you just put out in an American Idol, that you just put out, and then people be like, "Oh, that's dated. It's this way." They'll throw that. People still to this day can go and be like, "Oh, it's dated. The style of rap is that's that old school hip hop type thing. He's doing that screamo. It kind of got dubstep, whatever." Because of the way that the industry is now, that fan base still exists. There's a whole bunch of people who like conscious rap. A whole lot of people that love lyrics. A whole lot of people that love hip hop. There's a bunch of people that love screamo. A whole bunch of people that love dubstep. You can snatch that entire community, each of those communities, and put the song out and direct them into all of those different places. And each and every person that likes you from those places will all come and now they're your community. And then you got freaking Vantage Point, you feel me? So therefore there's that entire community, you feel me? And it's
wait a minute, you're giving too much gems away.
I am giving them too much
free.
I am. You know, y'all know the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? $sign Vantage Point. I'm playing.
Yeah. You gotta set that up for the master class, bro.
Real talk. That's crazy. Just crazy you said that this morning. I was writing down that research exactly how to get the master class to do it. That's
yeah.
Oh boy. And it's crazy. It's crazy the connections, because how him and I been in somewhat of the same circles of who we knew. That's kind of our thing too. Because I've been going and doing sessions with your brother for the longest, and not even knowing. Yeah, that's y'all's brother. Right. So yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly. But check it out. We're gonna get into a music video real quick, and we'll be right back with Vantage Point, Blaze Hunter, and Mr. Cooper.
Bradley Davis production.
Your vibes got bars.
Yes, sir. Certified hope dealer.
Hey, it's your boy, Two Bibles. Kept me preaching in some Jordan 11s to some dudes that showed on hard like their name was Kevin. While God saying, can we talk like he listened to Tevin? The first round draft pick, I'm on my way to heaven. Ha, check, my ticket already punched, and they call me Nestle the way I make the balls crunch. See, I spit so much fire that my face should be the flame emoji. All this smoke be coming out my mouth like I was puffing stogies. Yeah, I'm blessed. See, the priest gave me sacraments, cause I keep lifesavers in my mouth, and I ain't talking mints. Flow colder than mucus, that's why I got to spit. Christ is my type, and I ain't talking word documents. He don't take days off. Ferris Bueller, see my God is still alive, unlike Confucius and Buddha. All these demons got neutered, now they can't produce. I cut all they feet off like I was watching the Roots. Now they SWV, boy, weekend and these went viral so many times they thought that I had a disease. Now I got the dope boys lifting Jesus higher. They put down the 2 9s like when Sat retired. Married with kids, so they call me Al Bundy. See, I serve a God who deliver, man, even no Sunday. Flow so dirty like the water up in Flint. In the booth, I'm Superman without the cape, Clark Kent. Yes, I'm a Christian, that's why I keep it clean. So white like it took a bath in Visine. So straight like it's taking shots of Botox. Not Pookie, but God get me high off the rock. Hey, this a New Jack City. Get my power from the ghost boy, and I ain't talking 50. Thought I had Plies phone, cause the check kept calling. Never sitting on the bench, boy, cause I stay ballin'. Flow flawless, I keep it 100. Way I'm switching up these strokes, they calling me Philly Drummond. Off top, you know I'm a monster. The way I just do it, they thought Nike was a sponsor. But my soul ain't for sale. They pay for these bars to get released like they paying for bail. A Hall of Famer on the mic, boy, how I go sell? The bar so hot, they said that I'm giving them hell. Van Gogh, see I'm coming for your ear. I'm the truth at 34, like my name was Paul Pierce. I ain't switching up teams like Kevin Durant. The flow so blessed, they said it was heaven sent. All these points in my head is starting to look like Bart. Flow was so dope that Noah took it on the ark. And he played this shit for 40 days and 40 nights. Moses even played this for the Israelites. David rapped these bars when he killed Goliath. Shadrach bumped this when he walked in the fire. Adam messed around, man, and put the music on mute. Next thing you know, Eve had that boy eating fruit. Jesus used these bars when it was time to recruit. To play against the Blue Devils, I ain't talking dude. 2 Bibles right here, all bars, no hook. Satan thought I was my beat, cause that boy looked shook.
Survivor's got bars.
It's your boy Dose, certified hope dealer. Hey.
Check it, I used to wild out where you can ask Nick Cannon. It was 2 of me, like my last name was O'Bannon. I do it first take, just like Skip and Shannon. Bars so hot, they stand in the booth and start tanning. Every time I rap, Jesus just stop and listen. He starts searching round heaven like an angel's missing. These bars harder than the math up on hidden figures. I serve a God that you can't see like Mama Tigger. After this, I'm guaranteed to be your favorite rapper. Jesus covered me in red like I was pledging Kappa. On the cross, he had on red socks like he played for Boston. God a lone star like he was living in Austin. This so easy, they swear I got a ghost writer. I'm the type to go to heaven and jump in the cypher. And come back with some God bars. 2 Bibles underground like an aardvark. I know the world's sick, but I got the bars to heal you. 2 Bibles, you're certified hope dealer. These 66 books here have you hooked for days. You read one and want more like you was eating Lay's. The Bible guaranteed to turn you to a fiend. Not Wu-Tang, but you know it's all about the cream. Cause Christ rules everything around me. The Bible will have you doing the right thing. Act Spike Lee. I'm rapping for the ones who probably never heard the Pope. I used to sell dope, but now I'm out of pushing hope.
Pushing hope.
So back once again with Vantage Point. So Blaze, as a secular artist, you toured overseas, you dropped the club bangers, you've been coveted by major labels, but now you're doing the Christian thing. How did you convert? How did that happen?
Now check this out. So there's a whole lot of growth. I'm so glad you asked that question. There's a whole lot of growth that happens all around when you're going from I'm not even talking about music, going to saved, after being saved, believer, and that whole thing. So there's that phase that you go through to where I like to call, because it was the same process with music, that I would call the baby Christian stage. You on super fire for God. I'm like, I was at a place I ain't even want to hear. If it wasn't Christian, gospel, spiritual, I'm straight. I don't even want to hear it. Don't bring it in my vicinity. You know what I'm saying? I was a tad bit religious, not knowing that I was being religious, but I was. I was so on fire like that to where any other thing, that's the devil. You get behind me, Satan. Weird thing. That's how it was. And then musically, that kind of went that same direction because I limited myself and my creativity so much on some, I can't do this, can't say this, can't collab with this person, can't do this, can't be in this crowd. And I learned as time went by through a whole lot of trial and error and mistakes, and God allowing me to, oh, you gonna do that? I never said that, but go ahead, handle it, and get caught up into the wrong crowd of people and the wrong influencers. Like that's a whole nother story in itself. That somebody gonna get the privilege to interview me about that whole cult setting I was in. But that's neither here nor there. But going through a lot of those different things showed me that I didn't have to. I didn't have to live my life like a monk. At the same time, I didn't have to live like a heathen either. You know what I mean? So I never, because I remember you asking GL Hodges on episode 1 of season 1 of Vantage Point. You know, I watch it.
Back. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Especially when it's on the Signature Series Network, the most prestigious network on the planet.
Exactly.
You know, you never watch the content. You feel me? But you had asked him the whole question about Lecrae. So he's a Christian, but don't want to say that it's Christian music. At first, it was like, no, those people don't understand it. I understand it completely now, to where instead of because you put yourself in the box saying, "Oh, I'm just a Christian artist." The good thing about it is that people automatically give you the respect and know, okay, I can't come at him like that. But then at the same time, it's double-edged sword. So a lot of people that know me, follow the music and listen and know personally, know that, you know, Jesus is the heart, and that's the, you know, and that's the basis. You feel me? Now I'll do collabs with people. I've done collabs with people, and I'll still make sure that in whatever I do, I keep my standards exactly the same. And of course, and I'm also wise enough to know if I'm getting on the track with somebody that's completely outlandish and completely crazy, and that's what they're doing. Like then it's like, nah, I'm not really jumping on that. It is what it is. I appreciate the offer though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have those situations. You know what I'm saying? But I'm now in a place to where I understand that truth is truth, God is God. I know better, and I know that when Jesus was here, Jesus wasn't in the church and hanging around with the church and rich folk. He was out there with the heathens and the slums too, so I knew he had to be in those areas. So, for example, it's like, this is an airhead rapper. I just told the truth. Because Jesus, that's the gospel. Gospel is telling the truth. So I can make me a song about the airhead rappers and different things about the airheads, and it won't oppose Jesus at all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I can choose to take, this is an airhead rapper, and then make the song about different rappers out there that I feel are airheads and talk trash and bash them. And now I'm spreading hate and spreading this and spreading that, and I'm doing it the wrong way. So it's all about your choices and how you do it. So it's been a good, oh my God, and from becoming saved, going from secular artist to being a hardcore Christian artist, then jumping into CHH, and that process has been almost 6 years now. So it's been a long journey, and I would say this past year that has just passed, I would say I finally got it figured out that I didn't have to be a monk, but at the same time, I know that I have that balance now to know how to come that way. So when I put out the next project isn't exactly a Christian. It's not exactly, it wouldn't be considered a Christian album, but in that album, you're not gonna find songs that oppose Jesus at all. And because the reason I'm saying it's not a Christian album, because every song on there isn't on some spreading the gospel, spreading the truth, and talking. There are songs that aren't saying that at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what it is. It's I feel like, and this is a message to anybody that I feel that are struggling with their faith and feeling like, I'm missing opportunities because I'm standing up for what I believe in and people shun me or whatever. Number one, quit worrying about what everybody else thinking about you. You know Jesus right with you. You know Jesus. That's the only opinion of you that matters. Jesus' opinion of you is what matters. And if Jesus is satisfied and he's happy, a job well done, my servant, you feel me? That's all you need. That's the only gratification and the affirmation that you truly need when it comes to basing on how you live your life. You feel me? Be right with him. If you do something and then you get that conviction, you know it's wrong. We, at the end of the day, we know right from wrong. We have to get into that place to where we stop allowing other people to dictate what right or wrong is. You know what's right and wrong. Like people are like, oh, I don't want to follow the Bible. I'm like, that's cool, bro. You know right, you know wrong. If you do wrong, it's simple. You wrong, you know what it is. Consequences come when you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing right, obviously you know what's up. So yeah.
And as with everything else, there's still levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Even with
Yeah.
Christianity,
Straight up.
still levels
Straight
to it.
up. Yes.
I think you were one of the ones that actually helped me, to decide to fully say I'm a Christian hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Because we had that
Yeah,
discussion
you did too, exactly. Yeah.
and I was worried about being stuck in the box too.
Mm-hmm.
So with everything that's going on there, how you guys feel about the state of the world with this whole coronavirus and the new updated coronavirus 2.0 they got coming and all that
Yeah, they
stuff?
got the 2.0 coming. We called the 2.0. He actually called that the 2.0 was coming. He was like, yeah, they're gonna have the vaccine. They're gonna try to push the vaccine on people. People gonna not want to accept the vaccine, and then all of a sudden, we got a 2.0 coming out. So y'all really need to take that vaccine. So he called it.
So with him, just recognizing that, I caught it. I know what type of show this is because it's on the most prestigious network in the land.
Come on now, let me know.
But God ain't through with me yet, so I'm gonna keep my answers to a minimum on how I want to answer. But I will say this:
Levels.
I will say this. I won't go into a whole conspiracy theory thing about it. I would just say, everybody do your research, and use common sense. Let's just, and I would say research different viruses since before we were born. And then think about how long, if any, it took to cure said virus. If any, right? And maybe more than 5 years, right? Let's just say that. It takes more than 5 years to come up with a virus or a cure or a vaccine that's going to cure. And then look at what's going on now with this coronavirus. I believe these people have done exactly what they wanted to do. It started out as the China virus, and then it became a black thing. You have to really watch just how things are in motion. It's all about population control. And when you control that, part of that control is controlling the finances, it's controlling the living conditions, it's controlling the food, different things that it takes for us to live the rest of our lives, right? The vaccine is at the head of that right now. That is the main thing everybody's trying to push. And I said before, once that vaccine comes and people, iffy and they're not going to take it and things of that nature, this next wave of what they tried to put on people before is going to come. It's going to be worse. A lot of people are going to catch hell from it. I just say, just be mindful. If your grandmother's still here, if people down the lineage of your family are still here, go down in them family remedies. Go, just really kind of think about what it's going to take to sustain you. Think about the food that you take in. Think about the food from these different places. Things are opening up right now all over the world now, and this virus is still supposed to be here, guys. Right? But everybody was so locked in and locked up for a whole year that didn't know what to do with themselves, that they just want to be free now.
I got to tag on this. I'm so glad that he went into all of that. You feel me? Because, like you said, I also know what type of show this is, especially because it's on the
Steve's network in the land.
Seriously. But that's not a here nor there. But I also know that the majority of the audience are, believers, Christians, y'all. And this is for y'all. It is important, and it is very important that you guys are the pillars, and you take on this mantle and this responsibility to spread the peace of Jesus in these situations. Because I don't, people say, oh, you're not woke, you're stupid. I don't care about all of the, if this is man-made or that this type of conspiracy, we got proof over here. This and the government's behind it and all of that stuff. At the end of the day, God gave us common sense. He gave us wisdom. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, whether it's man-made or not, people actually are dying. You feel me? So you just be smart. The thing is, a lot of people are like, well, I did this and this or whatever, and this still happened because the majority of the people are feeling like they got to fight it. They don't want to be smart. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. So there's a lot of people that are going around being crazy and living in fear and all of this stuff. But it's as a believer, you feel me? I trust and have true 1,000,000,000% faith that Jesus got me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I know if I'm wise and do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going with lupus. I'm living with lupus, so that means I catch it easier than anybody. You feel me? Mask or not, I know that I got it. So I'm wise enough to know. All right, if I'm going to take this risk, God got me. All these different fears and things that people are throwing on, I don't worry about it and don't let it control my life because I know what it is. That don't mean I'm going to run out and be stupid. I'm going to use my wisdom and be wise. It's our time to help people with this. There are so many people, oh, you're supposed to be Christian, believe in God, and you out here wearing a mask. Okay, you scared. You living in fear. When I get in the car and I put on a seatbelt, that's not me living in fear. It's me being wise. When I don't touch the stove, when I use a hand to grab the thing out the oven, that's not me living in fear. That's me using wisdom. So if I put on a mask because I want to protect it from whatever germs that coming around, or protect other people from whatever come out of my mouth, just in case, that's me being wise and being considerate. So we got to get. So this is our chance to get away from that. Get away from pointing the finger at people or bashing people or setting all these unrealistic things. Oh God, they're going to go to no doctor. God created doctors too. He yeah. So it's like when I'm doing my people, oh, you got this lupus and you letting it control your life. You are healed. Stop. I'm wise. I go to the doctor like I'm supposed to. I go do my treatments. I'm looking so much better. I can bend my wrist. I can do a lot of things I wasn't able to do in the beginning of this. I look a whole lot healthier. Your boys look good. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not because I'm fearful and I'm not following God and I'm dependent on man. No, I'm being wise. You know what I'm saying? I'm living an amazing life, still able to do all the things I love to do, provide for the family, spread this light and positivity to all these people, and all of that stuff. And it's not. Y'all gotta stop, my beautiful Christian people. Y'all gotta stop. This is the reason why people are like, I don't want to deal with God and all this stuff, because y'all gotta stop that. Tag.
Now, just for a little bit of background, before I say what I'm going to say, I was raised in the church. I was raised from a child, 2 years old, saying the 23rd Psalm. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised to know in the ways I've, been through that. Once I got older, I found out that you have to know God for yourself. You have to be in a position to where you know God for yourself, because everybody's opinion, I don't care if it's the pastor, the choir member, the ushers, whoever it is, nobody's opinion matters but God. And that's what turns a lot of people away from that. So to tie that in with the pandemic and things of that nature, and I'm going to just say this to all pastors, anybody that watches this, please stand firm. Don't fall for being used. I'm not going to go deep into that, but don't fall for being used to push something on your people, on your flock, that's not for them. Please take that extra step as a leader to do your research, and if you don't agree with it, stand firm, because it's starting with the church. I'm trying to tell you, it's starting with the church as far as the all of the vaccines, the this, the that, all of that, they're putting it on the church first. So I'm not saying take the vaccine. I'm not saying don't take the vaccine. All I'm saying is, as leaders, do right by your people.
Right. So you kind of segued into it a little bit. My next question, I wanted to talk about the lupus thing.
Yeah.
For the people that don't really understand it, can you give a little background, like what are some of the struggles and stuff you go through on a daily basis?
Whew. Lupus come with a whole lot, and honestly, anybody that is suffering from lupus and you don't got Jesus, I commend you for still having your sanity, because without it, all the things that come, there's so many spirits. I call anxiety, fear, all those things I call spirits. All of them. There's so many of that come with lupus, because with my case of lupus, I take these glasses off, throw these dreads back, come all in the camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little oiled up, you feel me, so I'm straight. But then, you get the skin discolorations. You know what I'm saying? You deal with those type of things. You deal with and you deal with getting sick for every little thing. Like, if somebody has a cold, if he had a cold right now and sneezed, I'm catching it. No matter airborne, masked, I'm catching it. It is what it is. Lupus attacks your immune system, so it gets you to a point where you're sick a lot. And even if it can be little tedious things, you're getting it. It is what it is. It puts it, and of course, like I told you, the skin thing, you're limited to different things you can eat, because certain foods will cause inflammations. You know what I mean? So I can do pork, but I can't eat a whole lot of pork, because if I do a whole lot of pork, then the skin inflame up real bad. Insides get real sore. All these, so there's a lot of different things that living with lupus you can't do. So obviously the basic insecurities, like, oh, my skin's tore up, ain't no girl gonna want to get with somebody that's skin jacked up, or I'm in this field, people looking at my skin, they're gonna judge me or talk about me. Now you can't partake in certain things, your stamina's too low, you want to go run and play football or sports with a lot of people, but now you got to go the extra mile to work out and do these things. But then if your job too crazy and then you can't, it's like there's so many different extra things that you have to do. You have to make sure you stand on top of the medicines you got to take. Then, are these the right medicines that I'm taking? Do these people know what they talk about? It's so much crap that comes with it. And in my case, I have lupus and I have myositis, which is the muscle. Both of them are autoimmune disease, which means there's nothing that I did to cause them. Autoimmune, they just happen. So I have both these, and I can't fully do all the things I need to do to get rid of a lot of the things for lupus because of the muscle disease. So these are two diseases that are there to make sure you can't get rid of the other one. That's what they do to each other. So because of the lupus, the immune system is weak to where I can't fully take advantage of healing the myositis. And myositis attacks the joints. That's why for that longest time, if anybody that knew me, I was super skinny, and I couldn't bend my wrist, and it was messing with my joints and all of those things. All the lupus did was make sure that that there was nothing to be able to help stop the myositis. But once I got into the treatments, they got doctors in these positions that know what they're doing. Shout out to Emory Hospital. They got the best rheumatologists on the planet. That's why I'm there, so they got to be the best on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they do their thing. So with all the knowledge and everything that I've gained, clearly the results, I'm doing so much better. Lupus has been a blessing in disguise for me. I was talking about you that earlier off camera. Lupus has been a blessing in disguise for me because before lupus, I was all over the place when it came to business, life. I'm an engineer, like was stated earlier, wanted to be the best, by the way. But it's not the here nor there. But everybody was pulling me in all these different directions. Every idea and things that I had in my mind and wanted to do, never ever really got it done because I just didn't have the discipline to stick to one thing and do it. I was all over the place. When lupus hit me, and I had to move up to Georgia and be on bed rest for that little bit because I let it get as bad as it got, not knowing what it was. I took that time to get extra good into my word, into my peace with God. I'm not running all over the place. I was able to properly wake up, take the right time I needed to get me back on track that way. Two, it allowed me to take the time that I'm like, all right, I need to get up. If I'm going to do this the right way, I need a good website. I had the time to do the research, build the website. I had the time to do the research, build the radio station. Me and him actually got we actually got to hold a conversation while I wasn't getting pulled in every direction. We actually got to have my undivided. We actually formulated the plan together. We built the network. So, and then after things started to pick back up, I'm healthier and I can move around. Those practices of getting that consistency in like having to stay on top of medications and having to stay on top of when to take them and having to stay on top of doctor's appointments, all those take you being consistent, getting, being organized, and those traits just trickled down by the blessings of God, trickled down to the rest of my life, and I was able to apply them everywhere else. So lupus, blessing in disguise. I wouldn't go back, change nothing. Like God gave me this for a reason. I used to think, oh, thorn in my side. No, that was His way of humble yourself, help you out, and now live your life.
Funny how God work, right?
Come on, crazy.
So, Mr. Cooper, you got two sons in the industry, actually. One of your sons actually has a show on the network, right? Yeah. And you got your youngest son is already rapping. So, what is the greatest advice you can give them as far as maneuvering the industry?
Well, I'll give you a little backstory with Trevo TV, baby.
Twin.
He is actually my son through marriage. You know what I mean? That's my stepson, but that's my son. You know what I'm saying? So he was actually able to see this transition in a way that nobody else could see. You know what I mean? And that kind of helped him in his life to really focus on what he wants to do. He basically has a straight shot and knowledge on what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. And so that came from a everyday watching and applying on his own, and then me being able to just drop a couple of jewels and here and there and fine tune. And of course, with my partner, we're making sure that he's on that right track as far as what he wants to do as a whole in his career. You know what I mean? And he does a phenomenal job at going out and getting what he needs to get done. He works a job. He has a job. He keeps a job. After that job, I watch him leave the job and get right to creating content. He has a team that he works with. These team of young guys are really taking over the YouTube scene in a sense, and they have a vision. Oh, vision. Ooh, there it is. That's it. Yeah, that's the first time we use that word. It's a kid. It makes sense. That the vision, they have that vision of what they want, and then they go for it. So with Trevo TV, the sky's the limit. He disclosed to myself, and I don't know if he talked to you about this yet, but he disclosed that he's going into acting. That is what he wants to do. Right. And that is something that he's passionate about. So right now he's on that road of, well, they're already creating content that displays some of that skill. So what I told him, for instance, was, okay, now it's just getting into the acting school. Let's create the little montages and the monologues and record the monologues, and you'll get better. And it's about slow perfection. So with Trey, sky's the limit. Also wants to be a professional wrestler. So he has dreams and goals and aspirations that we are going to be we're going to this guy and have the right guidance. Mari been wrong. He's been wrong since he came from, I'm not going to say it on here, but he came from these loins.
Yeah.
So, and the one thing about him,
he just graduated, by the way.
He just graduated high school. He just graduated, and our journey is something that, you know, I'm trying not to get teary-eyed even thinking about it, because he saw me when I had nothing. When I was married to his mom, and the divorce happened when he was younger, he was able to cultivate in his own mind that nobody is going to change the mind of who my father is to me. You know, and without getting too deep into that, you know, that happens when you break up with someone, or you go through a divorce, or you go through things. Sometimes it's hard for that other parent, whether they've been hurt or caused the hurt or whatever. Sometimes it's hard for that other parent to not say disparaging things about the other parent.
Yeah.
And no matter what happened, my son always saw who I was to him. My
That's
son
crazy.
always, and when I used to go to the studio at a young age, this is the thing about him. When I used to go to the studio and things of that nature, he used to want to come, and I didn't want him in the environment that I was in at the time. I didn't want him in that environment. Smoke, you know, whoever's in there might have some girls in there and such and such. I didn't want that environment for him, but that never stopped him at a young age from learning his words, putting his words together, and doing little different things. And the special thing about him was, in this last realm of him getting into music, he did it all on his own.
Nice.
He did it all on his own.
I respect him so much for it.
He didn't come to me and say, "Dad, well, can you hook me up with your producer?" Or, "Dad, can you hook me up with this studio time? Or can you do this? I want to do this. I want to do that." He didn't even wait to bother to do that. He did it himself. And then once he did it and got it done, he bought it to me. He bought it to us. And that was my respect level for him went so far. I saw something a couple of months back, because, you know, on Facebook, they show you memories, and they show you certain memories. Well, this was one key memory 10 years ago that I wrote, because I was in the studio, and this is one particular time that I had him with me. And in the studio, after I got out of the booth, he said, "Dad, you're going to make it." And he said, "You know what? I want to do what you do." I was like, "Son, you put your mind to it, you do whatever you want to do."
Amen.
Fast forward, his first single is out. He already put out songs to, you know, SoundCloud songs and things of that nature. His first single is out. You know what I mean? And to be able to help and cultivate him, and then
First music video.
I was able to shoot his first music video, which is something that I'm super proud of, you know. And this is really a family business, and it's important for me. It's important to leave a legacy, but it's important to establish generational wealth, and that is the most that I would leave to my children, and that's my daughters, anybody, my wife. It's all a family business. This is my brother. You get what I'm like? I'm not, I don't just say, I don't use that term lightly when it comes to people. You get what I'm saying? I don't play that. I don't use that term lightly. But him, you mess with him, you mess with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You F him over, you got to deal with me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And and that's how I see it. And I was able to, with him, I see the talent beyond what anybody else sees. I see the hunger. I see everything he went through. And so with Signature Series Entertainment as a whole, the label, the brand, the gold standard, if you will, to be able to have him at the top of the roster is such an amazing thing, that someone of his prowess can also help to guide my sons, in what we're doing and how we're elevating. This is amazing.
Yeah, I had to tag in with guiding the sons, because the beauty in the relationship. I'm glad you went. It's so crazy the way that it worked, because I was going to go into talking about the closeness and the trust and all of that different stuff. Like a lot of people, I would say, will try to tell me or convince me, or you be in the position that you are with those boys, guide them to do this way or that way, and I'm being incredibly wise on how, I approach. I know what this industry has. I done seen the worst of it. I know what this life has. I done seen a whole lot of it. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Things that you think you know about the industry and things.
I'm telling you,
we know.
Yeah. I done been through some. That's another whole story. I talk about stuff people think I'm crazy. But with that being said, I know the style of music that he's doing. Everything that Mari is doing, I'm just using Mari right now, was like he said, he didn't come to him for advice or whatever. He did all on his own. I recorded him in the studio for the first time when I was in Florida last, and I gained so much more respect for him because a lot of times there's so many studio veterans I have recorded and engineered, and I'll tell them, I'll make a suggestion to record something this way or that way, and they're, no, well, I do it this way, and I don't know, and they make these excuses or try. He listened to everything I said, wasn't prideful at all, was like, oh, okay, follow directions, because he knew he had trust in me. He automatically go, Daddy got trust in him, I got trust in him, and he did that. So I know now that we're moving forward into the process that we all know what he's capable of. Now I'm like me and him have these conversations of what type of beats he wants to start rapping on and what ways he want to do different. Now I know that I can help guide in the right direction. Like there was these artists that I interviewed not too long ago, and one of the things, they love flicking the middle finger. They love it, and I was telling them, so I'm like, all right, so when we do y'all music video, when y'all get it to my show, make sure you let your editors know that I'm gonna need that blurred out. And yeah, I know it's real tedious because y'all all like this with it. So I got to make sure before y'all send it. And they say, oh dang, yeah, we need to. Off camera, manager hit me up and was like, oh yeah, he said I really think about it like that. I'm saying I'm not trying to change them or come in and just invade. I'm just saying they go around and they throwing that word loosely about being role models and all that. I'm like, you gotta. That's the lane that you want to think about. Think about that. Think about those things, because people will be real quick to call you, oh, you some role model, but you out here flicking birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do it. So so when it comes to guiding him, Maury, and even with Trey doing his YouTube TV thing and acting and doing the different things, instead of me coming to be like, no, maybe you don't want to do that, or maybe, I know that they both, in their own respective way, look up to me and the things I'm doing. So what I'll do is I'll continue to do things the way that I'm doing it, and then when they see that's successful, I don't have to do this or do that. They'll follow suit in their own way, build their own thing, and do their thing.
And to go back off of that, it's really about how you present it.
We ain't never gonna get to the next video.
It's really about how you present it, though, right? So actions is a whole heck of a lot different than words.
Yeah,
come on. You know what I mean? When a person will follow your actions. I'm an action person. A person will follow your actions way before I follow something you say.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. So shout out to Trevo TV. Shout out to Mario Ben Raw. Yeah.
All right, so before we get into anything else, we're going to get into a video real quick. We'll be right back with Vantage Point, Blaze Hunter, and Mr. Cooper.
Word.
Draw me close to you, closer to you. 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 There is joy here, closer to you. There is peace here, closer to you. So much love here, closer to you. All I need here, closer to you. So would you draw me close, so that if I seek you, I'ma always find you. Said that you were near to those who call on you in truth. Well, I'm calling and I'm looking for you. I see you in the rain and feel you in the sunlight. I hear you in the wind and see you in my children's eyes. But I'm still looking and I'm still needing so much more. Draw me close to you, closer to you. 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 There is joy here, closer to you. There is peace here, closer to you. So much love here, closer to you. All I need here, closer to you. So would you draw me close? Being where you are, there's nothing like it. You're never far in my heart, invited always. Make me more aware of you, so I can see you in everything. Yeah. I see you in the rain, feel you in the sunlight. I hear you in the wind, see you in my children's eyes. But I'm still looking, I'm still needing so much more. Oh, would you draw me close to you? Closer to you. Draw me close to you. Closer to you. Draw me close to you. Closer to you. Draw me close to you. Closer to you. There is joy here. Closer to you. There is peace here. Closer to you. There is love here. Closer to you. All I need here. Closer to you. So would you draw me close? Just draw me close. Yeah. Yeah. I wanna be where you are. Draw me close to you. Draw me close to you. Yeah. Draw me close to you. Gotta be where you are. Where you are. Draw me close to you. Yeah. I still need more of you.
Back once again with Vantage Point, Blaze Hunter, and Mr. Cooper. So, y'all do a business that incorporates secular and Christian. Does that does that draw any kind of issues, or does it affect your faith in any kind of way?
Mm-mm, not at all. And this is another beautiful one for me, because you remember, I started doing I had the Blaze Up Music Review Show, and then I had the Kingdom
Yeah,
Music
yeah,
Review Show. Now, um, I was doing both the shows, and of course, I was getting from the Christian community. They didn't want to do that. Oh, why are you doing that music review show? Blah 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 blah, whatever. And the reason that I was doing the secular one as well, because number one, I know me. I knew I'm not the conform type, so I know that I'm gonna be me regardless. So a lot of people that are on the show, even because you see, like when it comes to, like, if I'm doing the show, you drop a track, somebody drop a track, and then it's a Kingdom track. Oh, we got another Kingdom track, and I represent it and I represent that thing to the fullest amongst the rest of the the content. You feel me? And I love that. And then when I did the Kingdom show, what's crazy is the majority of the audience that came into it were from the secular show, and a lot of those secular artists that now they're like, they know they can't submit, but they'll always be here to support, and they're watching, and they get exposed to a bunch of it. I had an artist on there that hit me up before, and I tell this story a good amount of times, and out of respect to him, He's shy. I don't want to throw his stuff out, but he was doing some demonic type music before. The first few things he submitted to the show, extra crazy music video. He got the horns and all. He was crazy with it. After he had a situation happen, he switched it up a little bit. Like he did like a song that really was like a tribute song, and he cussed in the song, whatever. And he submitted it to the Kingdom show, and I played it on that show. And I said, and right before it, I was like, look, before y'all go and then y'all all hit me with your judging eyes, this man, the S word is in this, and the F word in this song. But listen to the message of the song, listen to the whole thing to in its entirety, whatever. And afterwards, I gave another thing about, and I'm like, and this is good because it can help him, build in this community that y'all just don't shut him down and whatever. Long story short, a month later, he hit me up and was like, before you and being exposed to you, I was atheist. I admit it. I didn't believe in none of that stuff. And he's like, and now, then he showed me, he said, I sent you an email, 3 of my newest songs, and they weren't Christian songs by a long shot, but in the song, he was talking about how he said maybe there's something to this Jesus thing, and then there was another song where he was rapping, talking about da 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 da. I gotta put my faith in Jesus. And it kept going on or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he hit me up and told me straight up. He was like, he said a lot of people came to me and they came Bible thumping at me or whatever, but because you didn't judge me at all, and because even through the secular show, I was like, it's so radiant to see the light in you. I know what it means when they say let your light shine. And when he told me that, all of a sudden I was, yeah. God, you serious, Jesus? You serious with it? You feel me? But that right there is one of the reasons that I do it. Is I don't want to shut them out. If I never did the regular music review show, I'm never exposed to him. Was never able to make that impact in his life. So that's why with doing the Signature Series Network, we don't keep it just closed off and boxed in to just Christian or just secular. Like we got Vantage Point on there. We got the Kitchen Variety Show. We have the Plug channel. Shout out to CHH Promotions. That's on the network, and I promote them and they're pushed out in the previews and all of that stuff exactly the same way of one of the secular show might be. And even with the secular shows that we have on there, with the Blaze Summers Top 10 Music Video Countdown Show, you feel me? Like when the videos are in, they're the clean versions of the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like I still keep a standard. Now I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? But I still keep a standard anyways. Because at the end of the day, still have to have, I just don't need trash all over the place.
Yeah. Wow. Speaking of which, secular, Christian, religion, these things are prevalent in the world. Meaning, BET, I'm not sure about the MTV and stuff like that, but man, I'll use BET as an example. BET had Christian things going on only Sunday, right? Yeah. But God is prevalent every day, every second, every minute, every hour, right? So how could you, as a corporation, right, pigeonhole God for this one day? Religion has taught people to have that mindset. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But whether you see me professing anything about God, God is evident and present in my life. God is evident and present in his life. God is the head of our lives. God is the head of my wife and children. I don't like to get into the thing when it comes to our business and how we formulated this is forever. This is for, we opened this platform for everyone that had a door or multiple doors slammed in their face, told that they were less than nothing, told that they wouldn't make it with their talent, told that they wouldn't do it, and found a way and made it happen. And now we have this platform that we provide. When he started the music review shows, when he started them on both, on Facebook, Everything was laid out. He had a platform to where anybody that had that talent, come on, let's get it. Bring it here. We turned that and formulated that into a visual on major streaming platforms. Okay? We opened the door, and the door is still open. But there's a fee. Nothing's free. We tried that before.
Yeah.
We allowed this thing to be that way. The leashes are off.
You was reluctant to get the tag that time. As soon as he said leash,
I was finna wrong.
Yeah, I know it. It takes wisdom, people. Wisdom. You feel what I'm saying? Wisdom. But yeah, but like you said, I did a lot of, like, when I was doing the review show in the Kingdom review show, I was like, let all the people submit the music for free, do this, do that, and still when I do the review show, I'm doing a review show tonight. People submit their music. They can. They don't have to pay to submit their music and to get it played. They don't. But we're doing a lot of the things. A lot of people just don't take. They don't take full advantage. So when they don't take full advantage, that means that a lot of their fan base and that don't also get involved, which means that it takes a whole lot more work on my end to make sure that the platform and the product is going to be a certain way and be to this many people, and I'm going to have to take that much extra time and that extra work to do these things. Therefore, it takes away time for me to just chill. Therefore, if I'm going to, when I build something bigger that will take and require money to do, like you have to pay for the video editors and pay for the platform itself, pay a couple $100 a month for the platform. For me to play a song on the radio, you need the royalties from each one. I mean, I have to pay for a royalty license, and I only charge $100 for them to be played on the radio. The royalty license is double that. So, and I pay that per month. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving them for $100, they're getting 3 months. So I'm investing in their careers more than they are. You know what I'm saying? So with doing with a whole lot of that, yes, there definitely is a fee, because at the end of the day, you won't have no platform if we didn't. But what I will say before I tag in, I know you wanna. You feel me? We ain't hitting you over the head with the price of you. $100 and $100 for 3 months, and within them 3 months, not only are you paid 6 times a day, not only paid 6 times a day, I have a request, so you can get people to request the song, so you can be played multiple more times a day than that. Also, with that, I got a whole full team that promote you, so now you're being promoted. You know what I'm saying? I'm in different places. You get a whole lot more engagements. Your Spotify's are popping now. Your SoundClouds are popping now because of what we're throwing. We provide all of that for that cheap price. That if you go anywhere in all these different places, anywhere, they're hitting you over the head with car notes.
Yeah.
For half the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. I just want to point out, tag me now. I just want to point out too. Let's just keep it a stack. Whether you are whatever side of that you're on, whether you're starting to build your brand, whether you're a seasoned veteran in music, in entertainment, first of all, know your environment, know who you're dealing with, do your proper work and your proper research. Everything that we've said from the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network, on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV. This show, which we're proud that this show is on our network. You know what I mean? Everything that he just said from Blaze It Up Radio, and everything that comes with it. This is an investment in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not willing to invest in yourself, how can you expect a fan or anybody to invest in you?
and then from my gospel artists, because I'm talking to the man himself. There are so many people that hit me up for this and that, and I'm like, look, I got this and got that. We got the Kingdom Music Review Show. We got a show on there on the network called Vantage Point. And then I send them a little file. They see the commercial. Oh, that's cool. You got a music video. Look, hit the man up right now. Give him all your information. Hit him up right now. How many of these people actually have hit you up and got their stuff on the network? Don't worry, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
Yep.
It
amazes me. It amazes me.
It's crazy.
Good.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then get hot when we talk about the payment or anything. When I did the top 10 countdown show, like I don't control the countdown. You feel me? I made simple rules: submit your music, get your fans to vote. Go to the Facebook page, vote on your name. You can even vote for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Pino was number 2, or was number 1, 2 shows in a row. People hit me up hot. Man, you know I'm way better than Pino. Nah. Wow, Pino cool and all. What you know? I'm like, all right, well, if we look at Exhibit A, where I clearly state, and I send him a good screenshot.
He likes that stuff.
Oh, I love that. I keep screenshots on deck. This screenshot shows me saying right here where the rules, and then, there's your comment right there in Exhibit A saying bet. So that showed me that you're aware of what you need to do. Now Exhibit B, let's look at the voting polls and see how many votes you got.
Well, how many?
0 votes. You ain't even vote for yourself. Man, that's crazy. So Pino voted, he got this many votes. I mean, he had that many more people. Then let me show you Exhibit C. Now I'll show a screenshot of Pino showing me a screenshot of all the different people he texts. And was like, you think you can get down and vote for me, blah, 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 blah. He went and put in the work to get people to go vote for him.
Simple.
Yeah. But none of y'all doing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Even with Vantage Point, man, it amazes me because, like, I don't get paid for this show, but I actually go out and look for these music videos because they ain't submitting them. So a lot of times I have to go out and look for these videos, and even after I post the show, they don't even promote their own video. What is happening? Like, all you gotta do is promote it. I'm giving it to you.
Telling you. So, real deal.
Yeah.
Everybody that's going to see this and that watches this, one, don't get offended by truth and by facts. If you do the work, the effort will be shown. We everything is proven. Everything is established on our end.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove anything
at all
to nobody. You, sir, don't have to prove anything to anybody. The platform is already set forth. You can look it up for yourself. But if you, as the artist, as the one who we are taking that time to promote, if you can't even promote it, what makes you think we're going to spend the rest of our time promoting?
And it's crazy for Kingdom artists because Kingdom artists don't get that much play. Like you said, it's only on Sundays half the time. So it's like, I'm giving you a platform now. You giving you a platform.
The question a while ago, a couple months back, so you're still doing the Kingdom Review Show. Nobody submits to the thing. You and Stank Face Music Lex are the only two that Stank Face Music.
Shout out to Lex.
Lex shout out to the
Shout
only two that consistently will submit music. The rest of them wouldn't. So I will have a show where I go live. Now you see, if you go on my IG, anytime I go live, I'm never under 100 viewers no more, ever. You see, that thing is wrong. Let me do the Kingdom show. I did it. I tried it. I'm like, let me go on IG. Maybe Facebook just be tripping. I didn't get no more than 19. I got a couple of regulars that come in and be like, oh, whatever, and then all of a sudden my fan base will start go. But as far as artists, they weren't coming in. So it's like they're not supporting it at all. They're not supporting their own thing. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. So I said I gotta try harder. You know, I gotta go instead of me giving up on them completely. Let me continue to build a platform, bring more things. Now they got options. They come on the platform. They can have the music video and stuff. showcased on Vantage Points. They got a chance to get an interview. Now CHH Promotions and teamed up with us. They can go on. They can be on the Unplugged channel or whatever, or the Plug. I said the Unplugged channel. They can go on the Plug channel and get that experience. And what I'm saying, is just great. And then obviously also the Kingdom Review show. So they got it's the same when I do, and when I play stuff on the radio, or at the end of the year we're doing an award show. I'm not going to separate and put the Christian thing in the box. If we do best rap artist and it happened to be a Christian artist,
you're gonna be in the category.
You in the category and you won that award. Oh, but no, wait, that's Christian. No, it says best rapper. Is he not a rapper? Yeah, this is the best rapper. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys?
Well, what's next is TAP 2021. For sure. I really want to bring awareness to that. TAP 2021 is a music conference headed by Artist Auditions. We, Signature Series, have partnered with Artist Auditions to bring you TAP 2021. Our package is, I believe, probably one of the best packages that you could ever get for what they're offering and what Artist Auditions does. Give them some information on that.
And pretty much that whole entire thing is they take independent artists and they put them on celebrity shows and showcases and tours. So, like in all shows, from Rolling Loud, from South by Southwest, from the Coachella, from all these different
major stages, major concerts. And so coming out it's going to be in San Diego in October, and you'll have the opportunity to come out, and especially if you get the package, you come out and you perform in front of us, you get to mingle and also talk to some major labels.
Def Jam's going to be out there. Yeah. Interscope's going to be out there. Last year, which I'm sure they're going to repeat this year, Shade 4-5 was out there. DJ Wonder was out there. Sway from Sway in the Morning going to be out there.
And one of our partners, DJ Epps, will be along with us. You'll get to talk with one of our most sought after personalities on our network, K Will. She'll be in attendance, giving you that great interview and that red carpet treatment. And of course, the iconic billionaires ourselves will be in the place, live in the place. So again, that's TAP 2021, the Signature Series package. We'll make sure you have all of the information. What he just alluded to earlier in the last conversation we just had with the Signature Series Awards.
Yes.
At the end of the month, that is going to be our first. Not just award ceremony, but we're making it maybe a 3-day event.
Yes.
And it's going to consist of just bringing that form of artists and different brands and producers and stuff together, merging that with the business community, because that's what that is right now. That's a large amount of how you're going to be successful in launching out your brand, is partnering up with different businesses and different people. From film festivals to we're looking for everything from films to television shows, all type of content. We want to bring the content creators together, and at the end of everything, we want to culminate that with an awards ceremony that transcends what these award shows that we see on TV. For years, we've seen so many of the say upper echelon or mainstream talents out there. I can't say it, but they each other off. You know what I'm saying? And really, it's the same stuff. It's regurgitated. We have the best independent talent,
not just in music. That's the best part about it. Because Friday night it'll be the networking, the meet and greet, the red carpet. Everybody getting to come out and say everybody, all the people with interviews, the Q&As,
Couple of panels.
We're going to do that for Friday. And y'all seen the network. Y'all watching it now. You feel me? So we have a whole lot more than just music videos and things for artists. That we have the independent wrestling. We have the YouTuber content. We got gaming shows. You know what I'm saying? We got sports. We have so many different things. We got independent films,
short films, independent films,
fan films, and we got a lot of different things. So with that, all of those people and everybody from those industries will get to network and meet with each other. And Saturday we're doing the film and music video festival, where we're holding it at the AMC Theater in Lauderdale. So we're gonna have the big AMC Theater. So in each auditorium, we're gonna have set for the different showcases. So one will be strictly for music videos. So through that day, people can come in. So at 9 o'clock, they're showcasing Sonrize and American Idol. So they get to go in there on the big screen, the big IMAX movie screen, the video being played. You know what I'm saying? And everybody get to see it. And then after yours, all right, next person, it'll be set up. For short film, same thing. TV ads, same thing. For the wrestling show, same thing. We're going to have it into each room. People get to go see those different things. And also network and with everybody. We'll have a couple panels that day. And then Sunday will be the awards show, the performances. We'll have a few musical acts to come on, perform, do their thing. We'll have a comedian, one or two comedians that also do their things in between, and then it'll be an award ceremony. And anybody that's watching that's going to do their own award ceremonies and stuff like that. I know there are a lot of people that do their own thing. I just want to drop some gems on you because I'm gonna let you know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do what the majority of y'all always do. You feel me? Y'all act like y'all don't watch TV too. You feel me? Y'all act like y'all don't watch TV, and y'all do everything so crazy and so extra under, and y'all treat it like some second grade spelling bee. Stop that. You feel me? If you're going to do something, do it right. You know what I'm saying? And the nominees are on the big screen, the graphics play, the music. Everything's going to go according, and then you're going to feel like you're watching the Oscars. We're providing that feeling. You feel me? So y'all tighten up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the year, y'all come slide through the Signature Series Awards. It's going to be all of that. You feel me? It's going to be all of that. It's going to be prestigious. You better have your suit. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely, I'm letting you know now, you might as well just throw that out the bag. You'll be nominated for, host of the year because, you're a host of your own show. You feel me? So you have that nomination. You know what I mean? And then also, show of the year, you got a show on the network. So it'll be, so you already got two. You know what I'm saying?
Two different nominations for two different categories.
And you're also an artist. So you got a chance to win Artist of the Year. So you feel me? So it's like, just that alone, off rip, you already nominated for 3 already. You already got 3 nominations in the bag. Off rip. You feel me? So if y'all want to see me vote, then you vote. You feel me? If I'm in that category too, you know what I'm saying? Vote for you. But yeah. So the main things that we got planned are those 2, because we know that those 2 events are pivotal for the bigger goal and the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is to make the platforms that we're doing to be seen in the proper light, and so artists and independent artists that are every music video on the show, they got a platform to be seen to the masses, and that's what we want to do. We want to create that same opportunity for people to be seen by the masses, to where they feel like they got an opportunity. That glass ceiling isn't stopping them, and they can do what they love to do, provide for their family doing it.
Yeah. That's what's up. So y'all are doing some amazing things, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing forward. Like, y'all are really doing it for the music industry and as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, you guys got any shout outs, anything you want to throw out there?
Shout out.
Anything you want to talk about real quick?
That's what I want to do. I'm taking my time to give a shout out.
Amen.
It's not because this is Vantage Point, and then it's supposed to be about. It's not about that. I'm giving it to them because if it wasn't for that peace and that love and all of that, I wouldn't be in a position to be able to do any of this. I wouldn't be able to have a business partner. You feel me? That don't have 100,000,000% same views. It's impossible for him to have the same views I have on everything. But for him not to judge me, for me not to judge him, for us to have that relationship to where we can give each other proper advice, feed off of each other, and move accordingly. I'm thankful so much to be able to have that, to have someone that understands my vision. I'm happy to have people like Sonrize to trust us to have Vantage Point on the platform to promote and push out, for us to be able to say, oh yeah, we got blah 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 blah, home Vantage Point, home of the Signature Series Network. For us to be able to say that and to be able to provide people that platform. There are people that want to look at independent stuff and like, oh, all I see is this, and I really just want to, you got anything that is more spiritual? And come on, man, you ain't watched Vantage Point? You trip, watch this. And then there's an artist. I mean, no lie, there's an artist that I had to give GL Hodges and Pino's information to, because the same thing wanted. Her name is Christine Hodge. It's crazy. And she wanted to, she was like, wanted to support me and stuff. It was like, yeah, but I was watching one of the shows, and the dude had his little girl dancers and stuff. And you don't got anything that's a little more calm, what about some of the Christian rappers? I was like, I said, you ain't watched the whole thing then. You ain't check out Vantage Point. She saw the first 2 episodes and hit me up immediately. Wanted all the links. She made me send all the YouTube links of Pino and GL, the videos, all that stuff. And and she just watched.
That's what's up.
She ain't savvy with a whole bunch of the social media and all that stuff. But you send her a link, she good. You know what I'm saying? But I just thank Jesus, like I said before, putting me in a position to be able to be blessed with just limitless sources of people to pull from, to be able to like, I'd be down or whatever, and then out of nowhere you hit me up with a God just wanted me to tell you needed it. God know what I needed when I need it.
Yeah.
You feel me? You don't hit me every single day to tell me stuff like that. You hit on the day I needed it.
Exactly.
It's like, to be blessed to have all of this, to have people who believe in the vision, people who are behind the scenes that y'all don't see, that's hitting up artists every single day, hitting up different entertainers and creators every day to get them on the platform, and they get people throw stuff in their face, or you're a scam artist, or you're trying to scam us, or this or that, and they continue to push because of my vision, lose sleep of my vision when it comes to the radio station, and when it comes to the things that I'm doing. I'm thankful to be in that, for him to be able to believe in my vision, and then we team up and to create our vision. It's like, I can go on forever and ever and ever and make this a whole soliloquy of why I thank Jesus. So I'm giving my shout out to you. Go ahead.
What's up, Jesus? So I'm gonna stay on that. But to piggyback off of what he said, I'm thankful for clarity. A lot of people don't have clarity in the decisions that they make, and clarity has kind of led me in a lot of different ways. And one of those main things is my family. My wife. I want to shout out my wife, my children, the legacy that we're leaving. Baby, I love you, and Queen. My brother, Blaze, he's a genuine dude. So for me, like I told him, I'm a very protective person. So knowing what he's been through and knowing what I've been through, our story is still yet to be written. So I thank God for everything that's getting ready to take place, every blessing that he has for us that's already there. We just are walking into it. You get what I'm saying? So, and for you having us on, this is different for me. We've been interviewed by a lot of people. We've been given interviews. You get what I'm saying? And so, to sit and kind of really give people a small back history on how this partnership was created was a great thing. It was good for us to kind of
Yeah.
go back on some things. So, and thank you for your time, Sonrize, man. We really appreciate it, brother.
Of course. And thank y'all for having me on Signature Series,
Yes,
man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Off top. So, this has been another episode of Vantage Point here with Blaze, Hunter, Ninth Wonder, Mr. Cooper, the amazing. Please go support these brothers. Please go support the Signature Series Network. Follow them, do whatever, send them some money, do what you got to do. Just make sure you support these brothers because they're doing it big. They're about to take over the world. Respect. Again, it's been another episode of Vantage Point. Peace. What up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time. Oh, and the artists, make sure you take something from this show, man. This is a very serious group of guys that can do a lot for your career. So make sure you pay attention, get the information, do what you need to do, support this show, support their movement, and do something with your career. This has been your host, MC Sonrize Music. Peace.